What's happening, everybody? How's it going? Hopefully you're excited to keep working on our Pokeball assignment tonight. I moved my camera again, so we'll see how this goes. I got to get used to looking here instead of over here, but it's fine. I'll look here. I'm just talking to you guys right here, right? So, but it's good. Make sure I have my chat up too. So let's see here. Good to hear. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. What's nice is tonight shouldn't be a very long lecture, which is going to be nice for you guys, because we're just going to paint and apply it to this Pokeball, and then you guys should be good for the evening, which is kind of nice. We already did our UVs, right? We should have our UVs to a point where we can start painting. You saw that I had a last week I didn't quite get to this point, right? But I added a couple more spikes from the last stream, which I said I was going to do. So, but it was the same process as getting the other spikes done. So those are all UV'd and good to go. So we're just going to talk about how to paint and export out of Maya. You can ask someone. How's it going? What's up? I'm waiting for your question. So I'm just going to come here and kind of start rolling through some of this stuff. Can you use Substance Painter to paint the texture? I'm going to do them in Photoshop. If you want to do an extra one in Substance, if you're comfortable in Substance, throw it up and I can give you a couple extra credit points. But the assignment's going to be in Photoshop. I'd love to do it in Substance. We just don't have time to do a Substance Painter course in here. So, as much as I would like to do that. Okay. So, oh yes, the canvas on quiz, or the quiz on canvas, don't worry about that. Normally in the summer semester, because we have a longer semester, I'm more concerned about that. But I think because of this summer and the shortened class length, I'm just gonna dump the quiz because it usually wastes half a class, which I don't like to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cancel it, and I'll give you guys the points back through your assignments instead. So we'll do this real quick. Let me make sure I got my get this set up real quick. Send me a push. Yep. There you go. Okay. So let's come in here and we'll take a look at this real fast. because we do have this quiz that was supposed to be today. But like I said, what I'll do is I'm just going to bump it back into your assignments. So I'll make your assignments 85%. And then we'll keep your attendance and your other lab assignment like that. But we'll just cancel it for right now, because I don't want to waste half a class on this. So this is how I'm going to do this. And then we'll just unpublish this. I don't know how to unpublish. There we go. So, no quiz, okay? Your UV map should have saved when you built your object. So every time when you save, your UV should still be there unless you created a new object. Unless you accidentally deleted them like this, then they'll go away, and then you'll have to re-UV the piece. But I don't see why that you would have done that. But anyways, I'm gonna open up Photoshop, because this is where we're gonna go after this. So the next step from here, right? Hopefully that answers your question on the quiz. Just don't worry about it. No quiz, not for this summer semester. If we were in the regular, you know, the longer semesters, fall or spring, I would normally do it, but just because I just don't want to waste half a class on it when we already have a shortened semester. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit up here on my UV map, right? Remember we talked about this was our sort of our map in order to start painting, right? Our object. I'm not sure, Sleepy. What you could do is try to reopen it and see, or make sure are you selected on the object? That's the other big one. Like if you are like this, Sleepy, this could actually be it. If you're in here and you open up the UV editor and you don't have any objects selected, then they're not going to show up, right? So right now I don't have any UVs showing up, but I'm in object mode. If I click on an object, they pop up. That could very well be your problem, is you just didn't have anything selected. So try that real quick, because that would be awesome. But hopefully that's just the case, and you couldn't see them because you didn't have them selected. Because like I said, if you're just in the model like this and you don't have anything clicked on, then your UVs aren't going to show in your UV editor, right? So try that. Okay, so the next step here, right, is to have both of my objects selected, right? And then I'm going to take what's called a UV snapshot. And what I'm going to do with that UV snapshot, right, I'm going to click this little camera right here in my UV editor, okay? And this is going to pull up my snapshot options. And what this is basically saying is, oh, they're back to the default UV map. Darn it. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you can remap it quickly. If you're just doing the base Pokeball, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm sorry it didn't save properly. Okay, so in these UV snapshot options, right, we're going to have a couple drop downs that we can take a look at. We can save it out in specific image formats. I usually just save it out in PNG. You could do a Targa map as well. Excuse me. Targa is the other file type that people tend to use quite a bit for textures. Okay. But PNG is probably fine for what we're doing. And then you can change the size of this texture. And what you're doing is right now you're pretty much setting what your texture size is going to be for this object, right? Because if I go ahead and say that this is going to be a 2048 by 2048 texture, and I go and try to apply a 512 map to this object, it's going to print real small on here or show up really small. It's not going to work, right? And vice versa. If I try to do a 512 snapshot and paint it on a 2048 canvas in Photoshop, it's going to be really small and not work right. Okay. So I'm just going to do a 2K texture. That's fine, I think. And I'm going to hit where I can save them. And it's right now, it's just going to save it out to my desktop. You can browse to wherever you want. I shouldn't have clicked that because I knew it was going to jack up my Maya, but it's fine. I just need to uninstall 2022 and install 2023 and just be done with it, but I keep forgetting. Just lags every time I try to do anything in the save options. Okay, so like I said, I have it set to my desktop where I want it to export those snapshots to, right? And I can call it whatever. I'm going to call it, we can call it Pokeball snapshot. Hit save. And then I'm going to hit apply and close. What you need to make sure you have your object selected in object mode and hit apply and close. And then what that's going to do is throw this little snapshot on your desktop. Okay. Then what you can do is open up Photoshop. All right. So now we've got Photoshop open, and I can just click and drag and drop this snapshot into my Photoshop. Okay. If it'll listen to what I'm doing. Cool. Okay, and now you'll see that very faintly we can kind of see our UVs here, right? Which is good. This is what we want. I'm going to grab my tablet real quick so I can paint. Okay. Again, I need to adjust my Wacom tablet real quick. Let's do mapping. I just want it to map to full monitor 2. Okay. So now I've got, here's one, apply and close. You probably don't have the object selected, Cyrus. If you don't have the object selected like this, or if you have it in edge mode and you have it selected in edge mode and you try to do that, it won't work. So make sure you're in object mode. Make sure both things are selected in object mode and then try the apply and close. See if that works. Usually that's the culprit because it won't do it if it's in face mode or edge mode or anything like that. Okay, let's jump back to Photoshop. So in Photoshop, what I like to do once I have these laid out in here, I like to go in here, rename this layer to snapshot, which I do, remember, by double clicking that layer. And then I want to lock this layer because I don't want to color on my snapshot layer, right? This is just like a roadmap for me to decide where I'm going to start painting certain colors on, right? And then I can go in here and start adding some other layers. The next layer I want to have is called a fill layer. So I'm just going to literally call it fill, and I'm going to lock this one as well. So I don't want to paint on the fill layer outside of after I fill it. So I'm going to fill it with like a black, I think. So I'll hide my snapshot layer. I'll just go in here with my paint bucket tool, and I'm just going to fill it black. And then I'm going to turn my snapshot back on, and I'm going to lock that fill layer. Okay. So all I've done is imported the snapshot layer, renamed it to snapshot, locked it, created a new layer, put it underneath the snapshot layer, filled it black, locked it. And now we can start creating layers in between these two, which you can start calling your color layers, right? Some things that I've done before too is had like an ident layer, like an identification. like an identity layer, and then I can come in here with like a really easy, just quick rundown and say, okay, this is the top, this is the bottom, these are the spikes, this is the inner ring, this is the ring, then this is my button, so outer butt or something, button, and then inner button. This isn't a bad thing to do because then you can just throw this, like you can put this on a locked layer too, and then you can just turn this on and off if you need to remember what you're painting or what the next thing is, right? So now I can come in here, and this could be maybe my base color. It's also not a bad idea if you're painting like a, if you're painting something from a reference. Like I think I want to make this kind of look like a Bowser Pokeball. So if I come in here and find like Bowser's colorway or something. Oh yeah, layer settings. Yep, let me move my face out of the way. Thank you. There we go. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. So I've got a snapshot layer, right? I've got a base color layer that I'm going to start painting on, but I have that identity layer that's just telling me, hey, what is each piece that I'm going to paint on here? And then this is my fill layer that I added. So the identity layer is locked, the fill layer is locked, and my snapshot layer is locked. So I just want to start painting on the base color, okay? But I was going to come in here and find a picture of Bowser and use him as like my example. I'm going to try to make it look like a Bowser Pokeball or something. I think that could be kind of fun. But looking at this, I might want to do a little bit more to this in order to make it look like that, but we could take a look real quick. It could be kind of fun to do something where I may add a little bit more geometry in here or something to do this. But we could also just paint it. Or isn't there like a spike? We could do something like this too. It might be kind of fun. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We could do something like this, but then kind of give it a Mario look to it, or use Mario colorway or something. But what I'm going to do is come in here now, and what I can really do is just start painting, right? So maybe if I do want to do like Bowser colors, which we could easily do for sure, we could come in here like this and go, we could save a picture of Bowser. Because here's a more simplified picture of Bowser, which is kind of nice. He's got the yellow with the green and the white. A little bit orange. So we take a picture of Bowser or something, then drop it in here on a different layer, just so we can create a color palette. Let this load for a second. So it decides to drop that Bowser picture in there for us. Give it a sec. There we go. Okay. So I do need to remake my base color layer. So I remade that base color layer. Yeah, you can. You can paint shine and shadow into it for sure. You definitely can. Okay, what I want to do here is I'm just going to use this to help me get a color palette. So if I'm going to start painting this top piece here with my base color, I'm just going to grab this green kind of in here. And then what I'm going to do is grab a lasso tool here, and I'm going to grab something like this. Actually, hold on. Because what I don't want to do is spill onto these other islands, right? So if I can kind of dodge those, and if I need to erase around them, it's fine, right? But if I can get a cleaner kind of paint like this, and I don't necessarily want to use, if I can get kind of a clean paint job on this shell, right? So I have something like this. Then maybe I do come back around and kind of clean this up a little bit with an eraser. Because the cool thing is like somebody mentioned, I could come back through and paint a shadow on here. Or paint some shading in, right? Or I do something else cool where I kind of paint the, we do like a white strip around it or something to kind of represent the Bowser shell or something. Oh, good. Glad you got your, look, I'm glad you got it all fixed. Yeah, luckily you've done it once already, so it shouldn't be too hard now, right? Oh, what happened there? That's interesting. Wonder if I just throw the bevel on here. And then I can fix the... I can just put the bevel there and then fix it, but interesting. Not sure why it broke right there. That's weird. Shouldn't be too bad to fix, but it's still annoying. Yeah, I don't know why the beveling didn't go all the way around. It's weird. It like got hung up on something, but like I said, it shouldn't be too bad to fix. We can just kind of re-level these back out. If we just go like this around here, just follow this all the way around. I may have to re-export my snapshot though. Take this and level that out. That should be good, and then I can do the same thing on this one. I guess I should have been better at checking that bevel and making sure that it was not messed up, but it should be fine. Okay, let's fix this one out. Okay, cool. That should be all clean now all the way around. All right. Weird. Okay, well, let's come back in here and go to our UV editor again. That should be looking correct now. All the way around, which is good. Perfect. Okay, then I'm going to come in here and go like this. I'm going to say, I might actually do something kind of cool, fun here and say, let's take this whole thing and just cut this. Take this UV shell and just shrink this just a little bit. Let's actually I want to try something here. And I did create an N-gon there, but it's okay. Actually, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually don't think I did. I created a triangle though, but that's okay. I just want to see something. If I can make this work, it would be cool. But I don't want to mess up the geometry too badly here. Okay. Just want to see if that jacked up the geometry at all. Oh, not too bad. What I'm trying to do is get like a rounded kind of loop around this. Because if I can, I could do something like this through here. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you guys see the vision here. Let's see. Because what I can do is cut like this. So with that, I could paint like a white kind of loop around this, which I think would look cool. If I can get it to look right. Let's see. Like I said, I don't want it to jack up the geometry on this too bad though. Still want this to try to be smooth. So if I can get away with it though, which I think I can. Okay. We'll try it. What I can do is paint this part white and then this part green and make it look like the Bowser shell, which would be kind of cool. Okay. So let's jump back to Photoshop here. Actually, I need to re-export out this snapshot. That should overwrite the snapshot. Now let's come in here. We can just delete this layer. Trash that snapshot layer, bring in the new one. Okay, perfect. Relock this. Okay, cool. Now what I can do is do what I was trying to do before. I could erase in here, paint this part that eggshell white like its shell, which would be kind of fun. So let's get this painted up. And actually, the stuff that's outside of these UV islands, like if I paint something out here, that doesn't really matter. It's not going to get applied to the object. The only thing that gets applied to the object is anything that's living inside of the UV islands, right? So it's probably better to paint with a hard round brush at first around these, just so you don't have any like weird fade off. And I try to put a little bit of a pixel bleed on each one. Okay, then we could take his cool little eggshell kind of color here. Again, I'm just trying to put a little bit of a bleed in between each one of these. Okay. So depending on how clean you want to make this look, sometimes there's a bit of an art to making your texture map look nice, right? So depending on how clean you want to get this. So there's the top shell. We could come back. I'm just doing base color stuff now, right? So I'm gonna move my Bowser picture out of the way here. I'm gonna grab his horn color here. Maybe do something like this. Maybe grab a, I could grab a elliptical marquee or something here. Swear. So I'm gonna paint like this now. In here, we'll do this the horn color, right? Which we grab from right here. Try to grab this. And then I might just kind of check and make sure that I'm not missing any spots in here. If I am, I can come through with my whoa. Anywhere I might have missed, could just try to beef up a little bit. It can be. I mean, in Illustrator, yeah, but you don't get the nice brush tools that you do inside of Photoshop, right? So you'll see in just a second. Like, you could do some of this in Illustrator for sure, and then import it back over to Photoshop if you wanted. I could see some use in that if you wanted to try it. And then I think what I'm going to do for the around the ball, I want to try to use his like kind of dark purpley color for this part. maybe. So there's that. And we'll use that for the inside of the ring too, inside of the button piece. I think that could look cool. Okay, and then the bottom of the ball, I want to do his yellow. So we'll come in here with his, like, I don't want it to be super saturated, so, or overly saturated, so we'll come in here with like that color, I think, for the bottom. No, it doesn't have to be unique. I'm just doing something more fun, I think. You can just do the classic red and black and white if you want, for sure. I'm just trying to be something, do something a little bit more silly, maybe a little more fun. I don't know. Just to show you that you could paint, you could go out of your way and do something however you want, right? And then do we do it like a red button, maybe? Where do I incorporate the red in? He's gonna have orange around the base of this, so I think what I could do is go like this. I'm gonna do a ellipse tool here. Let's try that ellipse again here. And then I'm going to move this ellipse here, and it's going to go just around the base of each one of these. Spikes. if I like that. We'll figure that out in a minute. I do not want this to bleed over though, so what I'm going to do is merge these two. I'm going to rasterize this layer, merge these, and then I'm going to erase or paint over with yellow right here, so it doesn't bleed over. Right there. Right there should be okay, but I'm just going to be careful. Just make sure it's not bleeding over. Okay. So that's kind of the spike spot. And the button, should I just do the silver? I think that could be cool. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, let's do the silver on the button here. A little sound effect. Try to do some shading on this a little bit. Metal's so hard to do. Let's see. I don't like that at all. Let's see. Okay, I just want to apply this real quick and see how this is looking. So what I'm going to do is turn off this layer, turn off the snapshot layer, and then I'm going to go File, Export, Quick Export as PNG, and I'm just going to call this on my desktop. I'm going to call this Color Map. Okay. Just to show you guys the process, because it's kind of nice to check and make sure as you're going through that things are lining up. So inside of Maya, whole edge of an object. That's a good question. So if you take the edge here and I double click and hold shift, if I click, hold shift and double click, that should select the whole edge. So click, shift, double click. And if it doesn't, you can just click, double click, click, shift, double click, shift, double click to get the whole thing to wrap around. Okay. Okay, so in object mode, I'm going to apply a new material to this object, right? Because we need to apply a new material to apply our texture to. So I'm going to right click and hold after I've mark key selected everything in object mode. I'm going to right click and hold and go down to assign a new material. Okay. What that's going to do is it's going to pull me up to a blend or a Lambert. If we want a shiny thing, you could do a blend. It's going to put a little bit of a metal texture on it, which is kind of fun. And then you go over to, you scroll over to your blend and your attribute editor. You should have little arrows at the top. Since you've done quite a few things to it, you can scroll over to your blend. And in that blend, you'll see a little thing that says color. If you click this and hit the checkbox, it will pull up a render node. Okay. So I just click the checkbox, the little checker box next to the color inside of our blend that we just applied. And I'm going to hit File inside of this node. Okay. And then it's going to pull me to this file location. And I can hit open here. And then I just have to try to find that now. And this is going to be a pain in the butt, because it's going to give me this weird issue again. So I'll have to, yours should work the first time, but then you just find where you saved that image. Once this decides to let me back in here, now we can users, chase, desktop. I can reapply my color map, hit open, and it's not going to do anything at first. Okay. But if you hit 6 on your keyboard, it should pop up. So kind of cool, right? So not bad right off the bat. I might want to take this edge and kind of adjust it, but I actually don't mind that it kind of goes around. But there's our Bowser looking Pokeball with its base color map in there right now, right? What I do want to do in here is take these edges and soften these. Now that's looking a lot better. But we have the starts of our Bowser Pokeball, right? Pretty cool. Okay. So we could definitely keep going and keep painting too to give ourselves some more depth on some of these things. You can paint to your heart's content in here. Might be kind of fun to find something like this. Okay. If I did something like this and used the symmetry tool, did it like this, let's see. If I could get this to work. It might not work. It could be fun. It would be fun though if it did. Isn't that what the pattern looks like? They literally have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's right. What if I just did it like this? Let's see. I wonder. If it works, it could be cool. Okay, let's see here. Now I gotta let this thing do its thing again. Then I should be able to re-upload it real fast. But in reality, that's the step, right? We just get the texture applied to that blend, and then you can take a couple screenshots and you're done. So have fun painting it up. That's the step, right? So once this decides to load again, we can reapply our texture real quick here. See if I can get this to work right. Okay. It kind of works. Definitely wraps a little bit better on the other side, but that's kind of cool looking. I wonder if I flipped the pentagon the other way, would it work better? It does kind of look like a dusk ball, huh? This is what I'm saying though. Just have fun with this. Mess around. This could be cool right here. Let's see. Minute. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Once I get this one applied, I don't want to keep you guys for too much longer. Said this would be a short one, right? But really, if you just get the paint applied to it, paint it however you want. I'm not going to be super strict on how it gets painted. Paint something fun on there. My goal is to make sure that you can get a texture applied to an object inside of Maya, right? So if you can do that, then I'll feel like I have accomplished my goal, right? Let's see here. The FBX file is too big. Is there a limit on how big you can put something on canvas? I wasn't sure. What you could do is submit the FBX as one submission and then try the photos as a second submission and see if it lets you do that. I think so. I think it is a thing you can do. I don't think so. You can try it. I think what it will do is it will have a first submission. Well, that's the problem is it would just grade. How big is the Maya file if you try to just submit the Maya file instead of the FBX? I really don't think your FBX should be that big, but yeah, how big is the Maya file? Dang it. Oh, it just won't submit. Can you upload separate files? Like, yeah, I think you should be able to just upload separate files to the canvas, but I don't know why. I thought you could just do like, here's one file, upload. Here's the second file, upload. Here's the third file, upload. I thought you could do that, but I could be wrong, you know. And it won't submit. You could always try to just zip them all up in one file and just submit a zip file if it's not working properly too. You could try that. I'm glad it worked. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. Okay, you do not need to go to the extent that I went to paint this Pokeball. If you want to, you can. I was just trying to show you that you could do something fun, right? Change it up from just the base Pokeball that you normally see all the time, right? So if you want to do something like this, you can go for it, right? If you'd rather do something more along the lines of, you know, the original Pokeball, you can do that too. Okay. I just want to see you guys paint it and get it applied properly to the ball inside of Photoshop or inside of Maya. Okay. So if you need help running back that process, I did it a couple times, right? Just loading that blend, right? First of all, it was applying a new material, right? We're assigning a new material, then applying that color to that material, right? This is definitely a good start. I don't like how this shell lines up, but I could keep working on it, right? And that would be nice to get, you know, as you get further along, get a bump map in there and certain things, apply different material. But I definitely need to do more work with this piece here around this area. In some senses, it would make sense if I would have extruded this out and gave it like a little bit of a bump around the ball, but to make it look more like a shell. But it's a fun little start. So okay, I am gonna let you go, and I will see you guys next week. Next week we'll start ZBrush. Okay. So be prepared for that. If you need some help getting ZBrush, let us know in the Discord. What I would just do if you're going to download ZBrush is just create the free trial for ZBrush. It's a month. Just create a new account. Create a new account and create a new ZBrush free trial. That's what I would do. With that being said, good luck. Have fun. I can't wait to see these. What I'd like to see is you guys start throwing up some screenshots in the Discord when you guys get these painted. Okay. And then I will see you guys next Wednesday. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a good one. I'll see you.